heavy hands he tears the room.
My mother, who growing up she had a piano, we always had a family piano in the house, and I remember her coming to me one day. She'd heard the piano being played, and she didn't know that it was, or didn't know what was going on. She came in to check it out, and here I was copying what she'd been playing earlier that day. And I remember her saying, "How'd you do that?" And I didn't even know that I was impressing her, but somehow it did. And when she said, "You're good," and I went, "Oh, I think I'll do this." So it all led from there.
No, I can't stand to see another fall. No, I can't stand.
Another fall. I wrote this song after my grandmother passed away, and after seeing what my granddad had to go through, he's a champion. And it happened pretty quickly. She had a brain tumour. Within 3 months, she was gone. So they'd been married for easily 50 years. I don't know. I should know that, but I don't know the exact timeline. But yeah, I wrote a song, and it was basically just through his eyes, or looking at him, what he had to go through. And the opening line is, "A lifetime gripped in frames around the room. The dinner table still set out for two. And the lines around his eyes, they show it all. Where the river cut through the stone after she'd gone." He was always a very strong poet, never showed emotion. And to see him crack like that was pretty tough on everyone, I think. And yeah, I think after seeing that, I thought I just don't want to see that again. So basically, I can't stand to see another fall. No, I can't stand it all. It's just straight off of that experience. And yeah, that song pretty means a lot.
I can't stand to see another fall.
A friend of mine was having some success, and I rang him up one day, and I knew he was recording an album at the time, and I said, "Do you mind if you reckon you could pass some of my demos onto Anthony, who is actually now acting as my manager?" And he said, "Yeah, no worries." Anthony rang me a week or so later and said, "Brad, I really like it. There's something here. Let's work on this." So yeah, from there, basically, that was from that phone call gave me the confidence. I didn't know that they were good enough. I thought, oh, well, I might as well have a crack. When Anthony rang me and said, "Yeah, there's really something there," I thought, okay, all right, let's do this, and got behind it. We sort of, at first, honestly, I didn't think we clicked. I thought we were too different, but we sort of moulded and learnt each other and learnt what not to do and what each other's personalities can handle. And we turned out to be really good friends. And yeah, it has definitely happened organically. There's been no pressure. It's just see what happens. And even till today, that's exactly the same setup. It's just let's go with it and see what happens.
Someone free to feel the breeze. The legend ever grows while the truth is perceived.
The Old Man's Gone. That's another close. I tend to write songs that mean too much to me, and then when I'm playing, I'm going, this is hard to share, But yeah, this one's actually about a very close friend of mine whose family split. He had a young daughter, and I wrote a song from the daughter's point of view of how she's going to react growing up now with basically old man's gone. When you hear the lyrics, it's not exactly as straightforward as that, which is good because I prefer people not to say, "Oh, okay, this is exactly what it's about." They can make up their own mind and run with it. But yeah, it's basically about broken families. A whisper carried on the wind floats until it reaches someone listening. Someone free to feel the breeze. Just about the rumours that the legend ever grows while the truth is perceived. Just about the talk, especially in Mackay. It's still a small country town. The word gets around before you know it, everyone knows what's going on, which I suppose is still in any city, but when you know most of the city, it seems to spread a lot quicker. Yeah, and the next line actually is, and no one feels it change till your hat's blown off and the sea starts to rage, and it feels cold upon your skin So you cover up your ears and shelter from the wind. Who am I when the old man's gone? Burn the ashes and send them home. Who am I when the old man's gone? And where will I call home? I think that line really puts it in perspective. Where will I call home? For me anyway. I'm hoping this year's a big year. Everything it seems to be pointing that direction. So if I had my way, I'd have some songs on the radio and some sort of a career which is really happening. So I'm planning for the day when I can actually say no more crane driving and focus on music completely. Over a 5-year plan, I guess I would definitely be doing music full time, touring the country, and no more mines at all.
Burn the ashes and send them home. Who am I when the old man's gone? And where will I call home? Who am I when the old man's gone? Wear my hands down to the